Hey guys, day one of shoulder work. We're going to start with cars just like we did for hips. If you want to review kind of what we're trying to get done with cars, go ahead and click back to that. We'll get through the movement here, and today I'll just jump into a couple regressions or blocks for you since you're probably already a little more comfortable with this. If you haven't done these before, take a full day to really practice and do the blocks and the regressions tomorrow. So for our setup now, we're really going to focus on bracing kind of through glutes, feet, legs, and the backside arm. Target arm here will be working. We're going to get into external rotation as much as we can to start. So external, rotating the palm out, internal, rotating the palm towards ourselves. So we'll start at as much external rotation as possible. Now my circle, just like my hip, I'm going to adduct, so across towards the midline. I'm going to flex, just like that hip. As soon as I run out of room, I'll let go of adduction. I'll activate internal rotation. Now I'm getting into extension. Extension for my shoulder is back away from the camera. So I hit my roadblock, I get into internal rotation, and I continue to internally rotate. So now my palm is facing out. On the way back, I'm going to think thumb straight back, I hit my roadblock, externally rotate, continue with as much extension as we can. We'll get overhead. Now I'm externally rotating all the way through the finish. So one more time through, externally rotate, adduct to the midline, come up into flexion. When I run out of room and that external rotation can't hold on, I'm actively going to internally rotate and keep that internal rotation going for the rest of the rep. Same thing coming forward. All right, so go ahead, try those out. Get a couple on both sides, and we'll get to some regressions and blocks. Okay, so for the first regression, going to stand at the doorway here. So scoot forward as far as you can. We're going to use either your legs, hips, stomach, chest, or face, nose as kind of feedback here. So obviously I can't get into as much adduction away from the camera, but we can come straight through flexion here. So I'm going to use this door frame as my feedback to make sure I'm not moving. So just like we did with the hip cars, where I use this for the backside hip, we're going to use the same thing here. So if I didn't have this door frame, you can imagine I'm going to be doing a lot of this, right, to try to work through, to fake range of motion. So same thing here. Keep yourself tall and steady, nothing moves but that shoulder. Now, you wouldn't want to only do this block because you're not getting adduction, but we'll take that sacrifice to help out some other ranges. So another a good block here is going to be, if you notice, especially in flexion, if you notice you start to get a lot of arm bending, or as we go back into extension. If you happen to have a roller like this, great. You can just use like an ace bandage or something else to basically really force yourself into keeping that arm straight. So like I said, an ace bandage, wrap a t-shirt, something else around there. So that's just a starting point for shoulder cars. Tomorrow I'm going to get into some scapular specific cars and a couple other things, and we'll move from there. This will be similar to the hips. We'll kind of take a week to start from ground zero and expand on that and build up. So happy moving, and I'll see you tomorrow.